Hello, this is Patrick. I started doing another dowsing and reading on the relationship between North Korea, Russia, the United States. I'll say this uh, when I'm off camera, I get different readings. So it doesn't really want, my higher self doesn't want me to talk about this. It's too dangerous. But I'll say some things. I'll say there's a genuine uh, United States and North Korea are not friends. They're at a state of war, all right? And um, Putin and Lavrov aren't part of what's happening. It's part of their secrets. It's their deep state issue, just like Trump has. He doesn't have control of this apparatus in which um, technology and ICBM parts and motors are being shipped to North Korea. And the overall reason is I can't tell you. All right, I just it's you can figure it out in a way. How who would benefit? China does not like North Korea. They kind of lost control and they lost out to uh, the Russian Secret Service. The Russian Secret Service, uh, Putin doesn't have control over this. It will not tell me what he knows about what's going on. So this is a dicey. These are kind of like invisible players on this whole thing. And but from America's perspective, I can't even say that because there's America is involved in this a little bit. A part of America. I can say that a part of America. This little part uh, is involved. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm not going to say anything more. It's I've always said it looked like war of some kind. It's going to go hot. It's a really high probability. It's just one of those things that are really high. And I think, regardless of who's involved, the American Air Force and military almost has no choice. Because how long are you going to let this go on? Um, I remember my mother actually taught at the DMZ, which is the demilitarized zone. So she lived in Seoul when I was young, and she would drive up and teach the soldiers. And so I know how close Seoul, the capital of South Korea, it's right on top of the border. They're very vulnerable, and they have huge amounts of artillery pieces that could just destroy Seoul without using nukes. So the capital of South Korea is very vulnerable, and that's really what's holding back everything. Uh, I think America would strike. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. This is the consciousness in Washington. You got to realize it's 18th century in a way, and we're going into the 22nd century. Our consciousness is changing so quickly. So in this case, they're trying to figure out how to do it quickly to spare Seoul. That's the whole discussion. It's not whether to hit, it's whether to do it quickly and spare Seoul, Korea. And that's it. So anyway, I'll let you go. That's all I can say. I think you can figure out a lot of it. All right, bye-bye.